Hey everybody, welcome to episode 31 of The Financial Coach, and today we're going to talk about debt. So first and foremost, what is debt? Debt is essentially borrowed money. It's the money that you either borrow from a bank, borrow from a federal bank, or borrow from a friend that must be owed or paid back. And that's the key piece. Debt isn't something that you can just ignore, fade away. It's something that once you now own it and have it and using it, you're going to need to pay that back, and likely in many cases with interest. So now that brings to the second piece. What is interest? Interest is the cost of borrowing money. It's the cost of that debt. You can have debt that has really good interest rates, 1, 2, 3, 4%. Or you can have debt if you have a low credit score. Now your interest rate is higher for the same amount of debt. Now you can have high interest rates, which is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 25, 30%. So that means that every time you pay that bill every single month or quarter for that debt, less goes to principal and more goes to interest the higher the interest rate you have is. So now since we talked about what debt is, which is borrowing money, we talked about interest, which is the cost of borrowing money. Now we're going to talk about, is it good or bad? And the key thing is, it depends. It depends on what the debt is, what you used it for, as well as the rate. So good debt is something that helps you make more money in the future. If I go to school and I pay $30,000 for a degree that now offers me a job that pays me $150,000, that could potentially be viewed as good debt. I borrowed money to advance my skills and knowledge to make me even more money in the future and ability to pay that debt off in a timely manner. What is bad debt? Bad debt is something that you either want, may need, but at the wrong cost, that doesn't necessarily add value or money to your pocket. So bad debt, I would say it as, if somebody makes 40 grand a year, they buy a $70,000 Tesla on a car note that has a 25% interest rate because they got bad credit, I would view that as bad debt. This car may get you to work, but did you need to buy that cost of a car to do that A to B service to get you back and forth to work? And then two, now you have to hire a car note, which a lot goes to interest to pay back, to pay off that car. So it depends how you work with debt, depends on if it's good or bad. For the most part, the good pieces of debt or the good aspects of debt that most people think about, you would think about debt for a mortgage. Home is an asset, keeps you safe, supposed to make value over decades of time. You can view it as education, investing in yourself, investing in knowledge that can give you future knowledge to be successful, to make more money. Those types of things are considered good debt. And the percentages, it ranges, but for most cases, if you see debt that's 6, 7%, above 7%, that's a little bit on the higher end depending on what it is. But then some good debt that you could just pay off slow over time, less than 6%, is kind of what people view as a fairly good interest rate depending on particularly what it is. So long story short, make sure you manage your debt, make sure you have more good debt than bad debt, and then live within your means. Don't buy things that you necessarily can't afford. If you got a default to thinking about debt or borrow money to afford something, say, do you need it now? Could you wait a little bit later? Could you pay down a higher down payment so that you would have less debt for that particular thing that may not add necessarily economic value to you at that time? So that's it for episode 31 of The Financial Coach. Please follow me on IG at KeithJ_The Financial Coach, as well as my YouTube channel, Keith D. Johnson, The Financial Coach. Have a good one. Peace.